What is going on, guys? Sebastian here. In this video, I'm going to explain what are the best sort of niches that you should get into when you are actually trying to start an agency, when you're starting a social media marketing agency, a web development agency, a digital marketing agency in general. So we're gonna get into that right now. Side note, I do have to visit my grandpa in the hospital. He just got like open heart surgery. Like they literally had to stop his heart and do surgery on it. So I will have to leave shortly. So I'm not sure what time this video will be uploaded, but just know that's why. Like there's a solid reason for it. But now that that's out of the way, so I want to kind of explain exactly what I mean by this, because a lot of people have been asking me, like actually a ton of people, you know, Sebastian, what are the best sort of businesses to go out and look for? And that's what I'm kind of going to try to explain as best as I can. There's one thing that I know is correct, but then there's also something that I have for you guys, like I'll give you guys at the end. Basically, it's going to try and help you guys get more business, have an easier time closing clients. But number one, the best niche or the best business type to go after, whether it's restaurants or, you know, construction companies or dental services, what is it? A lot of people have been asking me. I'm going to be honest, none of them. Now, a lot of people think that it's some specific business, like, oh, if I just go after restaurants, I will get, you know, I'll make so much money. Now, this is true. If you go after one audience, you'll get more skilled in it, but you just have to pick one. And this is, you don't even have to actually pick one. Here's why. So for myself, I enjoy broadening my horizon when it comes to this business. I like being challenged. So when I have to create a website for, an example would be a photography company, that's going to be a completely different setup than if I wanted to create a business for like a construction company or a dental service. It's completely different. And I enjoy that because then if another photographer comes to me, I can actually show them, hey, look, check out what I did with this other photographer. I know what I'm doing. But if I'm just in the dental services and, you know, photographer comes up to me and asks me about developing a website or managing social media, they'd be like, okay, wait, well, how do you know how to do this for a photography business if you're only doing like some dentist stuff, which is like basic? What can happen is, and I'm not saying like you're gonna cover every single industry, but it just gives you a better sort of a skin in the game when it comes to this business, just because you want to try and have as many references as possible, just because that's when you'll start to pick up more clients, because when they see you're doing work for bigger companies and different audience or different niches or niches, whatever you want to say. I'm just gonna say niches for 2019. Whether it's a different niche, you just have more stuff that you can rely on and show them. But yeah, I did work for a photographer, I did work for a electrical company or a construction company, or I don't know, a construction company, a landscaping company. You can just name off tons of them. So they're like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. On the flip side though, you may also find value if you're just into building websites and managing social medias for restaurants. It would be easy to then approach a restaurant, because then you can also say, oh yeah, I specialize in restaurants actually, so you know, I know what I'm doing. So you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You don't want to just, like, you want to have mad skills, not mad skills. You just want to have tons of experience with different niches, or different business types, but you also want to be experienced. So you have to find the perfect balance. There is no perfect niche to actually tackle though, in my experience. You know, I have worked with a few clients and all of them have been in different business models or have been in different niche for businesses. So it's not like there was one that worked better. They all pretty much operate the same, like as far as me doing the work and then them paying me. Like, it's all pretty simple. People should have a budget for developing a website, because that is just something that's very crucial to businesses now in the modern day. So as far as that goes, I really, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there is one specific, like, oh yeah, this business model should get you guys paid tons of money. It's like, no, just go out and talk to different businesses and see what happens. Maybe you can come back and tell me like, oh, well, Sebastian, I talked to 20 different businesses this week. Yes, you can talk to 20 in a week. It's so easy. I talked to 20 businesses this week, and I found that, I found that landscapers have the most money to spend because of this reason. So that's why I've closed 4 landscaping companies in a week. Or you can come back and say, hey, well, the landscapers don't work well because they are focused, you know, they don't charge too much for their services, so it actually was really hard to close them. Like, it just kind of depends. You have to go out and do your own studies and research and see what companies and what businesses actually will be worth your time to actually invest in potentially getting them as a client. So for myself, myself. I've basically, almost all of the clients that or potential people that I've reached out to have ended up becoming one of my clients. One has not yet. That may happen today. I'm not really sure. We'll see about that. But, you know, I've kind of diversified my businesses that I work with to kind of anything, so I can, A, get an understanding of what websites are built for certain reasons. So certain people like to have a website for one reason, like let's just say to sell something on the website. Other people like to just have information on the website, and then like they can call for a quote or something along those lines. It kind of just depends. So it's cool to actually get an understanding of what these other businesses are doing. And then when you get to manage their social media, like it's so different, the type of content you're posting and the type of stuff you're offering for these potential audiences that you're building for these companies. So I don't know, I think it's awesome that I am able to build out my company and build out my business to be working with tons and tons of businesses rather than just focusing on one thing. For me, I feel like I would get bored as well if I just picked like restaurants to work with, because it would be kind of the same thing. I would run the same ads, I would post the same sort of content, build the same sort of website. So for myself, I like building different websites for different businesses because I get to switch it up, and it's not like I work all week on one thing and the next week I work on the same exact thing. No, that's not at all how it goes. I work on a website for a client for, let's just say, 1 to 3 weeks, or 1 week to a month, and then after that month I normally close other clients, and then I start working on other websites. So that's how it works. And so it's always like new stuff that I have to figure out, number one, because I'll have to learn content for their website to actually input into their website to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about, to give information to viewers that are visiting their website. So I just think for yourself, if you are trying to figure out the quick, you know, oh, this business pays tons of money and you can easily close them. I mean, yes, I would think like doctors and dentists have a lot of money because they charge high prices, and that would be good, because if you can get like 1 client or 2 clients for them a month, like that's an extra lot of money. Or like surgeons or something, but it's not necessarily the best business to go into or the best niche to go into. Sorry, someone was hitting me up on Instagram, but as I was saying, it doesn't really matter. Like it's hard to gauge what niche or what business type is going to be the best for you. You are going to find out when you actually start this business. Literally, guys, this business that I started, I had no prep time. I literally had someone reach out to me, hey, I want a website and YouTube run ads. I was like, all right, let's do this. And then now I'm like here. I have, I believe I can call this a 6-figure agency. I mean, I do make enough a month to make 6 figures just off this agency. So yeah, I operate a 6-figure agency. So it's sweet that I'm able to, like, I literally started this up probably over, like a little over a month ago. And it's already scaled to 6-figure agency if I run it continuously at this pace in a year, but it should be up. I want to get it to 7 figures by the end of the year, so that should be something very attainable, but it's just nuts that I was able to do that. I had no prep work though. A lot of people plan so much without realizing, like, you just have to get started in any business. There's not really much to it, just get started. I mean, obviously you want to learn more about this business and more about whatever business you're trying to start, but the biggest thing is just getting started. I mean, time is ticking. You can die literally any day, so a lot of people forget that. Like, yeah, we have one life, so you need to just take action, rapid action. Here's going to be the one tip, like the secret little tip that I have found that makes it easier to sign clients still, because yes, it is hard to gauge which businesses do convert better and which businesses you can actually have pay you like easier. It's hard to find those businesses, but one thing I will say, and this is something no one on the internet has actually discussed yet, I've looked through tons of videos and found them, is when you're reaching out to companies and potential clients, you can try to find businesses that are dealers for a certain product or a certain company. So for me, one of the big clients I've signed, they are able to pay out because the dealer, the business that they're dealing for, like that they're selling products for, because they're just a dealer for another product, they actually, I found out, they reimburse the company that I'm working with directly everything they spend on a website and like marketing and stuff. So they will happily get a website if they need one, and happily spend money on ads if they need to, and happily pay people to run their social media, just because they actually have the opportunity to have the company that they're being a dealer for reimburse them for the money, or just have the dealer pay me directly. It doesn't really matter, but that is one thing that I recommend you guys try to do. I'm not going to create a map and say, okay, these are companies that are going to be dealers, and these are companies that people deal under or become dealers for, so go find these. Like, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't have time to do that for you guys. But if you can find companies companies that are dealers or, you know, commercial dealers or something for these potentially huge companies, you can make a lot of money because most of the time they get reimbursed for whatever they spend on web development, social media management, digital marketing, any ads in general. So that's something I am giving to you guys. Like, I'm literally trying to help you guys out as much as I can. So that is going to be my advice for you guys for today. It is January 4th, so hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please smash the like button and click that beautiful looking subscribe button below. And if you'd like to hit the notification bell, you will get notified every single time I post a new video. But other than that, if you have any comments or recommendations you would like to make on this video, you can always leave that in the comment section below. And other than that, you can also check out my Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description, and my Snapchat if you would like. But other than that, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a good one.